time to enjoy the beauty of basic engineering, mathematics, and science. How are you, everybody who is watching this program? Welcome in Tanzania. Welcome in the program that's being conducted by the Tanzanians. Welcome into this beautiful moment that of learning and enjoying the beauty of basic engineering for the technician. My name is Olenjolai Moko TAYAI Losingo. Simply just call me Olenjolai. Thank God by His own grace that I'm an electronics and telecommunication engineer. I thank God by His own grace that also I'm a teacher who is teaching fundamental modules or courses. For example, the modules relating with mathematics, which we call them basic engineering mathematics modules or courses, and basic scientific mathematics modules or courses for ordinary diploma. So I'll take this opportunity to welcome you into one of our online institution, which is called the Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania (Olenjolai). You know the meanings of the word polytechnics means that Mati or the math techniques, okay? So we'd like also to welcome you into one of our official YouTube channel that's called Diploma Polyinstitute of Tanzania (Olenjolai). I know that possibly that according to my research, I know you have so many questions in your mind, whether you're a national or international student. You firstly, possibly this is your first video or your first program to join me. You're warmly welcome. We have so many videos that in this channel, which you can take a leverage of them in order to transform your life from one point to another point. So as I said, I'm going to be your national basic engineering and scientific mathematics teacher in this program. I don't know everything about basic engineering and scientific mathematics. I know small portions, but I have responsibility to train or even to teach others what I know about basic engineering and scientific mathematics for technicians. I don't know about you. So we'd like to welcome all the national and international students. The vision we have in the online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania (Olenjolai) is to teach our ordinary diploma students on how they can extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the classroom instruction and combine it with knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that will teach them to extract from the Word of God written in the Holy Bible in order to solve real-life problems. That the main objective of this program is to teach you or to teach all our continuing and even graduate students on how they have to think outside the box, they have to think outside the class, outside of the workshop, or outside of the laboratory. For the scientists, because for the engineers we call them workshops, and for the scientists they call them laboratory. So you have to think outside there, and you have always to remember that there's a particular problems that you have to solve. I know that this the vision we have in online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania in Olenjolai is it's a kind of a vision which is difficult to achieve. Yeah, it's true. It might be taking several months or years to achieve. But what I want to tell you, myself, who is teaching you, I'm a product of what I'm telling you. I've been learning how I can extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the formal and informal education that I learned in ordinary diploma or in ordinary diploma level, and combined with the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that I used to extract from the Word of God written in the book of Genesis to the book of Revelations. And then I use it to solve real life problems. So you can ask me another questions. What the real life problems that you are solving or you have ever solved? There are so many real life problems in my just in my own life, in my family life, in the institution level, in the secondary level. But let me mention one of them is like the problems that I'm teaching. It means that I'm solving right now. Mean that I'm solving students' problem in this program, which is it's a real life problem that I'm solving, because I'm not doing the exam maybe just to get a certificate or whatever. I'm teaching. So whenever I teach my students, I have to make sure that they understand and they love what I'm teaching them, and they have to make sure that they keep the information that I'm giving them in also just to to challenge them in order to take them in the next level to apply, and not only to learn the information. So that is what I want to tell you. Myself, I'm a prototype of what I'm telling you, but it wasn't an easy business actual that it took me more than 7 years to enjoy the fruits of the vision that I'm telling you right now in my own life. So you should not get confused. I know that there are different levels of real life problems, and not every real life problems that need the engineering solution. I'm talking about the real life problems that need the engineering solution or the scientific solution. So I would like also to spend a few minutes just to present to you the steps that you have to follow in order to do permanent or lifetime registrations in our online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania square bracket in Olenjolai. The first step, in case that you don't have an email, whether Gmail or Yahoo Mail or any other emails, you can create or open a new email. That's the first step that we recommend to every ordinary diploma students. We know that we are teaching NTA level 6 in this module, but even possibly can find few of them they might not have maybe an email, or they didn't see, maybe you forgot the password of your previous email. You can create a new one, or you can retrieve the previous email in case that you still remember the retrieving email or the retrieving password. After you've created an email, just within a minute you can create an email. It is free of charge, and all of this process of registrations is free. Then the good thing that in most physical institutions, you have, or colleges or universities which providing ordinary diploma, you have to register yourself every semester. Wonderful. I'm a Tanzanian. I'm doing this program for Tanzanians. However, that these programs can benefit African ordinary diploma students in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in America, and even in Australia. They can benefit in this program because what I'm going to teach is a universal concept that every ordinary diploma students have to know and have to master it. So that's the second step, that we ask you to sign in by using your email, okay, in YouTube, by using the email that you have created or your previous email. The third step, we ask you to search ODPITO. ODPITO, these are abbreviations of Online Diploma ODPITO. There's no I. Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania square bracket Olenjolai. Where should you sign in? Where should you search? You have to search in the YouTube. And you should not write this abbreviation. Just write this name, Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania in square bracket Olenjolai. Why should you get in our official channel rather than watching the video itself? Because currently we are teaching more than 6 modules. And in case that you watch only this video of numerical method, you cannot access other videos of other modules, for example, trigonometry or complex number, or maybe the other videos that teach you about differential equation, connexing. So that's why that we ask every students to get into our YouTube channel, our official YouTube channel, so that you can access more contents, and also you can share with your young brothers or young sisters who are in NTA level 4 and NTA level 6, NTA level 5. So they have to take the average of this concept. So it means once you search, and then you see the icons, the software patterns, like this one, and then here you have a national flag. Beside it, you will see it means that Online Diploma Polyinstitute Institute of 40 of Tanzania, the square bracket Olenjolai. So all bit, okay? Institute of 40 of Tanzania. Then we see the number of subscribers, so just a click, then you're already in our online institution. This is not a physical institution, it is online institution, so you can access our content online. So once you get in, the very important process for you, even right now that you're watching this video, you will see that the software patterns, which is written subscribe, at the bottom of your right hand side. So we ask you to click these buttons only once, then backgrounds will change and the text will change into subscribe. And then the icon of the bell will appear. Click these icons of the bell once. You'll see 3 options. We ask you to choose the options of all. Why should you subscribe? That's a very important question. The importance of you to subscribe is to get notifications, official notifications from the YouTube community once we add any new video, right? Because we are going to add at least 1 video in this channel every day. So we want you to be an active student and to get informed whether that, and in most cases that we used to add, we can add, we will mention later on as we go into lecture 2, lecture 3, we can just mention what time should you expect our video. Mostly might be in the morning, so that in the entire afternoon you can take the advantage of this of our videos. So once you are here subscribed, you are supposed to subscribe only once, but you cannot subscribe without signing in by using your email. So that's why the previous 3 steps are very important. Then the 5th step, after you subscribed, then you have joined, you are a member, we'd like to give you directive on how you can access our contents as easily as possible. Okay, once you get into our YouTube channel, you see home, okay, you see the word written home, in capital letter, home, so you see videos, okay, and then so you see the tablet, the horizontal tab, which is written as playlist. So we ask you to click this playlist and then set the playlist which is written as numerical method, where we find the collections of all the videos of numerical methods. Again, we know that because we are seriously, we have invested knowledge that we know about numerical methods. So we enjoy our contents and we like to share with other students in other institutions. For example, in Bay University of Science and Technology, you want to share with other students who are studying in Karume Institute of Science and Technology. You want to share these contents with other students who are doing maybe ordinary diploma in Arusha Technical College. So it means how you can share. Just at the right-hand side, at your right-hand side of this video, you see the icons of share. So click the share, and then you can share these links with your friends through WhatsApp, through Facebook, through Telegram, through Twitter, through Instagram, and through an email. So that is relevant information for you to be a permanent and a full-time students in our institution. So we are in departments of basic engineering and scientific mathematics, and then the name of the modules is called course is called the numerical methods and series. And here this is said here in few institutions that you can find they cover these contents in the second year, but this is it for NTA level 6 according to the syllabus and curriculums of NACTE. So this is chapter 1. We are teaching about numerical methods, and we'll be focusing today on the contents of numerical methods. And we are in lecture 1, what is numerical method? That's the question that we want to answer on this one. So let me do the quick review of what? So quick review of lecture 00, which is titled as General Introduction of Numerical Method. So in that lecture, first of all, we began with 3 educational authorities in Tanzania, which we discussed about VETA, discussed about NACTE, we discussed about TCU, and then we say that for ordinary diploma, we'll be focusing on NACTE. The engineering and science programs for ordinary diploma is focused by NACTE, and then we say NACTE is providing NTA level 4, okay, NTA level 5. And then the other ones is NTA level 6, where we are right now. Again, that's the case. Okay, if that's the case, we also say that we have for NTA level 60, if you do remember NTA level 60, we say we have 2 semesters. So we have semester 1 when we teach about conics and the differential equation. So then we have semester 2, where we teach about numerical methods and series. Okay? And series. That's according to the new syllabus of NACTE. Then we say that, okay, so in this in the module of numerical methods and series, we have only 2 topics. And series, we have only 2 topics. So the topic is numerical methods. Then the second topic is series. But also we mentioned about reference books and materials. okay, and materials. So in case you missed lecture 0, you can access in our YouTube channel, so you can take the advantage of what we've taught or we've presented to you before you come or you continue sorting with lecture 1. So let us go into today's contents. We want to answer the question, what is numerical method? And then it's related, what's the meaning of iteration? What the means of numerical analysis? So that's the question. So I would like to build a strong foundation in your mindset about numerical method that you'll never forget for the rest of your life. Okay? So contents of numerical methods. Okay? So what are the contents of numerical methods? So the following are the contents of numerical methods. So we'll be focusing on 8 concepts. The first one, introductions of numerical methods. Introduction of numerical method. Introduction of numerical methods. Introductions of numerical methods. The second concept that you are going to cover, okay, the second concept that you're going to cover is iterative method. We'll be covering about iterative methods, but slightly, not in too much detail methods. And then focus will be focusing on Newton-Raphson. Say with me, Newton. These are the 2 mathematicians. Newton is ancient mathematician. Raphson also is an ancient mathematician who have discussed in detail about numerical methods, and then they established the particular methods of solving problems in engineering and science. So Newton's Raphson method. Okay. Then the first concept that we are going to cover is applications. I will teach you applications of what? Applications of what? Of Newton-Raphson method. It's a kind of very interesting course, and in case that you'll be focusing with high engineering mathematics, you have to learn this, especially that on a knowledge based, you have to understand, because even later on, in case of computations, we'll be dealing with numerical methods in different aspects. So applications of numerical methods, of Newton-Raphson method. Okay. Then afterwards, we'll teach about numerical in the syllabus. We'll teach about numerical integration. So numerical integration, that's the first topic. Then the 6th topic is we'll teach about trapezium method. So we'll teach about trapezium method, and the 7th concept that we will teach about Simpson rules. So trapezium rule, not method. So this is the rule. Trapezium rule. And hence the 7th method is Simpson rule. Simpson rule. Okay. Then the 8th concept that you're going to teach you is problem solving. Problem solving. So we'll be teaching on problem solving. We'll be solving so many problems of past papers. This is prerequisite, okay? So remember the numerical method is the prerequisite. This is the prerequisite of undergraduate and the postgraduate engineering. Mathematics. Okay, please, you can pause the video and copy those steps that you have to follow in order for you to register yourself permanently in Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania. So thank you very much. I think that you have finished your copy. So those are the 8 concepts that we are going to ponder in this program about numerical methods. We are going to teach about introductions of numerical, which is all about what is numerical method. We'll teach about iterative methods. We'll teach about Newton-Raphson methods. Okay, and then so we'll teach about applications of Newton-Raphson method. Okay, we'll teach about numerical integration. We'll teach about trapezium rule. We'll teach about Simpson rule. We'll teach about problem solving. So today, in this lecture 1, we'll be covering these 2 sub-topics. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? So let us go into the business. Before we define the meaning of numerical methods, let me begin with, this is all about introduction of 40 introductions of numerical method. Introduction of numerical methods. So we have about 6 or 5, 6 terminologies that you have to define in order to cover this one. First terminology is numerical analysis. Numerical analysis. The word numerical analysis. So we have the first question. What is numerical analysis? What is numerical analysis? So simply in mathematics, you say that numerical analysis is a study. Numerical analysis is the study of algorithm that use numerical. The study of algorithm that use numerical approximation. Numerical approximation. That use numerical approximation. Use numerical approximation for the problems of mathematical analysis. For the problems of mathematical analysis. So numerical analysis is the study of algorithms that use numerical approximation for the problems of mathematical analysis. That means of numerical analysis. Before we define numerical method, we like to define the term numerical analysis. Because numerical analysis is a branch of mathematics. That's why I say that it's the study of algorithms. What the means of algorithm? Algorithms means it's step by step, that use numerical approximation to solve or for problems of mathematical analysis. That's the first terminology. The second terminology now, or the second vocabulary, is the term we call it numerical methods. Numerical method. So we have the second fundamental question. What is What is numerical method? What is numerical method? What is numerical method? What is numerical method? What are the questions that you have? What is numerical method? So this is the definition. Numerical method is a mathematical tool designed to solve numerical problems. So numerical method is a mathematical tool designed to solve numerical problems. And the means of numerical method. This is the mathematical. So numerical method is a mathematical tool designed to solve mathematical problems numerically. That's all. Numerical method is a mathematical tool designed to solve mathematical problems by using numerical approach. Or this is one reference. Another reference that you find numerical method is a study. So this is a study of approximation. The study of approximation technique. The study of approximation techniques for solving mathematical problems. Taking into account the extent of possible error. Solving mathematical problems, taking into account the extent of what? Of possible errors. That's the second definition of numerical method. The first definition, numerical method, is a mathematical tool designed to solve mathematical problems numerically. And the second definition, that numerical method is a study of approximation techniques for solving mathematical problems, taking into account the extent of possible errors. It's a kind of the method that we have to solve mathematical problems by steps. Means we believe that the first step actual that we get the response or we get the solution, but with kind of error, with a certain amount, with certain extent of errors. When we do again, we solve the mathematical problems again by using numerical method, then we find that when we solve it in the second step, then we reduce the errors that we made in the first step. So again, we go and we solve it again for the third step. So when we solve it the third time, then we reduce the error that we have caused or we have generated in the second step. So that's the meaning of this. Means numerical method is the study of approximation techniques. We are going to do approximations. We are going to approximate the roots of the function, for example. We are going to approximate the numerical values of different mathematical problems. Okay? For solving mathematical problems by taking into account the extent of possible errors. So the advantage of numerical method is that one of the methods that taking into account the occurrence of errors. It's kind of it's a very interesting method because it takes into account it takes into account the errors, means the generations of errors along the process of solving that mathematical problems. So that the definitions of numerical method. So numerical method, the second definition, the study of approximation techniques for solving mathematical problems by taking into account the extent of possibility errors along the process of solving. So this is what numerical method in mathematics or in general. So they said terminology is numerical method in engineering. What the means of numerical method in engineering? What do you mean? So this is question 3. What is numerical method in engineering? What is the meaning of numerical method in engineering? What the meaning of numerical method in engineering? What the meaning of numerical method in engineering? What the meaning of numerical method in engineering? And why we study? Why do we need this numerical method in engineering? What is its necessity? That's a very important question. So we have this response. Numerical method. So numerical method numerical method in engineering is the technique by which the mathematical problems involved with engineering analysis, So numerical method in engineering is a technique by which mathematical problems involved with engineering analysis can be solved by analytical method. Analytical methods. And the means of numerical method. So numerical method in engineering is a technique by which mathematical problems involved with engineering analysis can be solved by analytical methods. So numerical method in engineering, in basic engineering, or in higher engineering, or in basic science, scientific mathematics, or in basic science or higher science, it means it's a technique by which mathematical problems involved with engineering or scientific analysis can be solved by analytical method. So numerical method, it's analytical method. So whenever we are solving a mathematical problems in relation with engineering, for example, whenever we are solving mathematical problems in relation to electrical engineering, by using the analytical method, then that is numerical method in engineering, applications of numerical method in what? In engineering. In case you are solving a mathematical problems in relations to civil engineering, and then you use analytical method, that is the applications of numerical method, right? That's a very important point for you to note. So in addition to that definition, we say that these methods are used to estimate solution of engineering problem. We use it to estimate solutions of engineering problems. Okay, of engineering problems. So, numerical method, in addition to that, numerical method may aim to find what? May aim to find the following. One, the root. The root of what? The root of polynomial function. The root of a function. Most commonly it can be exponential function. Most commonly it is quadratic or cubic function. So the root of a function. Then it may aim also to find the reciprocal of a number without using the calculator, the reciprocal of a number. Also it can be aims to find out the nth root of a number. Also, numerical method may aim to find area under them. So these methods are used to estimate solutions of engineering problems. Numerical methods may aim to find either of these four, or all of these four: the root of the function, the reciprocal of a number, the nth root of a number, area under the curve. This is for basic numerical method in engineering. But later on, when I'll teach you about the higher numerical method in higher engineering mathematics or higher engineering or higher scientific mathematics, then you'll find more applications of numerical method on solving engineering problems. But basically, have a focus on this forward, on these four applications, because I will teach you how I will teach you how you can apply numerical methods on finding these four, or on solving these four problems that we encounter them in engineering. So again, we say that the study of numerical methods, in engineering in engineering may involves the following concept in general. However, that we'll be focusing in three of this method. The first one, linear interpolation. So one of the numerical methods is called linear interpolation. Very important. However, that the syllabus of NATE does not allow us to teach our diploma students about that concept. The second one is iterative method. Iterative methods. We'll touch about this because in this iterative method we find Newton-Raphson method. Okay? The teaching iterative method, we teach about numerical integration. Numerical integration. So numerical integration. The first method we teach about. So we teach about numerical integration. Okay. And we teach about error analysis. Error analysis. So those are the in these modules also we are not going to teach about error analysis. We teach about the iterative method. We teach about numerical integration. That's according to the syllabus and curriculum. It doesn't mean that I don't know how to teach error analysis. I don't know how to teach linear interpolation. In case you want to enjoy the concept of linear interpolations, I'm also teaching this topic of numerical methods to advanced secondary students of the Form 6 or class 12 in India or some other British educational system countries that we call class 12. So it means that I'm teaching linear interpolations in detail so you can access these contents in Tanzania Online Advanced Secondary School in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. And you have to search also the playlist of numerical methods for advanced secondary education students. For ordinary diploma students who have enjoyed these contents in advanced level, they know about linear interpolation. But for these modules or this course of numerical method in series, we have to teach about the iterative method and numerical integration. But in case I will encounter that is very important for you or to know, or some of the questions appear, or some of the questions about linear interpolations appear in exam, then I will teach you. So don't worry about that. Okay? Should you have this in your mind. So let us pass by into this word. Let us pass by into these two methods, linear interpolations and then iterative methods, because this is the key of the next lecture, which will be lecture 2, when I will teach about Newton-Raphson method. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, we have the first vocabulary. That's one what they said vocabulary. So linear interpolation. Say with me. What the meaning of linear interpolation? What the meaning of linear interpolation? Okay? So that's the fundamental question that we have. So this is question 4. What is linear interpolation? What is linear interpolation? In mathematics, linear interpolation is a method of curve fitting using linear polynomial using linear polynomial, using linear polynomials, using linear polynomials to construct new data, construct new data points, construct new data points, within the range, of what? Within the range of known data points. Of known data points. Is the definitions of linear interpolation. What is linear interpolation? In mathematics, linear interpolation is a method of curve fitting, using what? Using linear polynomials. So using linear polynomials to construct what? New data points within the range of what? Of known data points. So this is the method. It's a numerical method of curve fitting with linear polynomials. Okay? To constructing new data points within the range of known data points. So we construct new data points within the known data points. We construct data points within the known data points. So I just wanted to give you the meaning of linear interpolations. As I told you that the contents for the details and examples of linear interpolations is beyond of this syllabus of the ordinary diploma syllabus, NK level 60 by nothing. Okay? So that is all about linear interpolation. So it means actually it's a curve fitting method using linear polynomials to construct new data points within the range of known data points. That's the first terminology. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to take you into the second numerical method, which we call it in engineering as what? Iterative. Say with me, iterative method. Iterative method. Very important terminology in this module. So that is question 5. What is iterative method? So you have that question, what is iterative method? What is iterative method? So I say that in computation, in computational mathematics, an iterative method is a mathematical procedure This is the mathematical procedure that uses an initial value to generate a sequence of approximate solutions for a class of problems. to a class of problems in which n n approximation is derived from the previous one. Derived from the previous one. Previous ones. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a terminology very important in numerical method that called iterative method. What is iterative method? So in computational mathematics, an iterative method is a mathematical procedure that uses an initial value to generate a sequence of what? A sequence of approximate solution for a class of a problem in which the nth approximation is derived from the previous one. What does it mean? For example, you are finding maybe the nth root of the function, which is x minus 4x plus 2. You are finding the roots of that function. And the initial is x naught you'll be given is equal to 2. Then maybe you use any kind of the iterative method, and hence you can find the next value. You can use the x naught is equal to 2, and you find the next value, which might be maybe 2.0, because it's near to 2.3, maybe 4, 5. Then these are the final root of this function will be one of the roots. The final roots of this function will be the initial value for the next process or next iteration. So for the next iteration, you can find, let's say, x2 is equal to 2.3, possibly what? 3, let's say 4, 1. Then this one becoming the initial for the next iteration. Okay, so you can find that x3 is 2.333. And maybe this one becoming the initial for the next iteration. So you can find x4 is equal to 2.33. So when you find that x3 is equivalent to x4, then the root of this function is 2.333. For example, for example, it's not true that the roots of this function is 2. So it means through this sequence of values, because the definition states that in computational mathematics, an iterative method is the mathematical procedure. So this is the procedure. So this is called the first iteration. So this is first iteration. And this we call the second iteration. So it's a procedure. This we call the third iteration. So that's what we call the mathematical procedure. This we call the fourth iteration. Okay? Fourth iteration. So that's what that's the meaning of the term mathematical procedure. That uses an initial value. So where the initial value. So remember that the given initial value will be the input of the first iteration. Then we find the final value. So the final value of first iteration will be the input of second iteration. And the final value of the second iteration will be the input of the third iteration. And the final value of third iteration will be the input of the fourth iteration. At the process. That means, So that's why you have to say that that uses an initial value to generate a sequence of approximate solution. This is the sequence of, so first, second, third, fourth. So sequence of four approximate solutions or approximate roots of the function for a class of problems in which the nth approximation is derived from the previous one. So this one is derived from this one, and this one is derived from the previous, and this one derived from the previous. So this one is derived from the previous, and this one derived from the previous, and this one derived from the previous, and this one derived from the previous. That's the meaning of what is iterative method. I think that you have understood. In case you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Because we'll be studying in detail the iterative method, and that's the point where we have Newton-Raphson method. So iterative methods includes means that in numerical method there are 4 iterative methods, basic iterative methods. These are the first one, we call it bisection method, which you enjoy. So the first one we call it bisection method. The second one we call it regular false. Regular false. So regular false. Okay? Regular false. Then the first one is bisection. The second one is regular false. The other one is called second method. Second method. Then the first one is called Newton-Raphson, which is NR method. So those are the 4 basic methods of iterative. First one is called bisection method. Second one is called regular false. The third one is called the second method. The fourth one is called Newton-Raphson method. Newton-Raphson method. Okay. So let me leave the question for you, the homework. Okay. So the homework for you is define the term iteration. So this is homework 1. So and it's terminology 6. So this is question. So what is iteration? So when you do this homework, it will be the end of lecture 1 of numerical method. I thank God who have created me in his own image, and I thank God who have given me the gift of teaching. I thank God who have given me the gift of engineering, and I thank God who have given the opportunity to join me from the beginnings of this session to this point. And I thank God who has been faithful to you, and I thank God who opened your mind to understand everything that we are teaching you, because the foundations of online undergraduate polytechnic, online diploma polytechnic Institute of Tanzania in square bracket Olenjolai is to teach our students on how they can understand the beauty and enjoy the beauty of basic engineering, scientific mathematics. Remember to subscribe, share the contents. Remember also to offer your free links, Thanksgiving, so that telephone number 0759745331. I invite you to join me in the lecture 2 when I will teach you about Newton-Raphson method and be doing some derivations, and later on we'll be solving problems. So stay tuned and stay connected. May God bless you and keep you until we meet in the next session. I love you so much. This is Olenjolai from